Hey there, Gabi Mesa Skywalker here. Welcome to this video. In this occasion, I would like to talk to you about a love language that I find truly awesome. I came across with it in a post. I know mainly we speak about five love languages, and we each have our preferred way. I find myself a little bit in all of them, but when I came across with this one, I really felt like, yes, this is my first love language. So I would like to share because it's also engraved in my sharing, in the way I go in life, in the way I'm also sharing content. And I think it would add up for you as a person participating in the video in your daily life if that resonates, and if you decide to join the community, absolutely, that's what you're gonna find here in every video, in all my content. And this love language is reminding you of your power. I do that everywhere with everybody. I started doing it with myself. I think actually that's the spiritual journey about. I actually think that's what self-knowledge, self-discovery, the journey and life is about recalling our power not to control anybody or anything. It's our power in who we are, in trusting ourselves, our mind, our feelings, our virtues, our talents, and everything that we are little by little discovering in our day to day in so many ways. That then is about recalling who you are, and I love to do that. That's why I resonated with becoming a life coach, with all the healing journey that I've been through, and now as a self-discovery, self-knowledge, soul level self-knowledge facilitator, mentor. That's what I love to do, is recalling you about your own power. That being said, I think it's also super important, is key, and it's one of the mindsets or the attitudes that is gonna be a game changer in the way you go in your life. And this is just an invitation, a suggestion for you to consider, is trusting yourself first and foremost. In that sense, maybe saying even don't trust everything else, not from a place of fear, but from a place of the student mindset. When you go with your student mindset about finding out, about discovering, exploring, giving it a try, almost like in a lab, like you are gaining all this information, knowledge, data, professional advice, statistics, artificial intelligence information, all this world of information out there, it might get very confusing. It might get like, I don't know now what is true, and we get lost into that information. Sometimes, even if we kind of believe in this information more than in ourselves, we might lost time of our life exploring this, just to realize afterwards that nothing is really above who you are, about your own accountability and right to choose what is true for you. Because I happen to believe that actually I know that we know there's no one truth, but I happen to believe that actually everybody need to discover their own truths, like regardless of what you believe and that you happen to know from the external world, you still have to believe to find your own truth. So I will say it's part of life. It's not like whether you are looking for it or not. It's not whether you need or not. Like, I will say it's actually, that's life about. Again, it's like finding what is true for you, what works for you, what are your hows, what are your whys, your whats, that everything, all these little answers and the really big answers, whatever makes sense to you, whatever feels right to you, that is actually your truth. And it doesn't really matter if you find more people with the same truth or not, it doesn't really matter if others believe in that or not, because it might actually be, that's my theory, that your truth is so personal, and that truth actually is so personal that you might be the only one, or that you might be, within a little group maybe of few sharing the same truth. So it's important that you start trusting yourself, because otherwise you are gonna feel lost in the waves of information and advice and what's in fashion, and all these tendencies and trends and stuff. It's gonna feel like way too much, and you are gonna feel like definitely lost, because it's the answers are not gonna be right there in books, or like somebody tell me my truth, what's my truth, or asking artificial intelligence. I will say actually it's a mix of little details, of little knowledge, statistics, data, advice, story, even children books, or any means that universe is giving you as information, as hints, signs, symbols, synchronicities. All this is actually taking you to the path where you are gonna be discovering these breadcrumbs of truth, and then you are putting everything together. You have your own mix, your way of finding those answers, those signs and symbols. You have your own way in how you understand those symbols, and how you interpret them, and the meaning, and how to put them together, where they factor in what amount, in what conditions. Everything is for you to find. And that's why I was also saying in one of the previous videos, I think, that self-discovery and self-knowledge, it becomes mostly an adventure. It's not therapy. It's not about going to the past and the sorrow and the hurt and the wounding. It's mostly about how you are, understanding how you are, because who you are, creating life, creating circumstances, creating situations, creating your life as you go. Therefore, the importance of believing who you are, the way you understand your interpretations, what makes sense, what doesn't make sense, the flow of things, your own pace, your likings, your preferences, your priorities. All of that is so personal, that believing and making sure you are following that, I think it's of the utmost importance. Trust no one is not to be fearful of anything or anyone, or just to disregard like they are not right. They or us, me, we are sharing what we found in our journeys, in our truths, right? But maybe it's not for you to buy it all together. I'm not trying to convince anybody. I understood at some point in my journey that convincing is not the way, that it serves nothing, and it's just a waste of our time. So I've been saying my videos in Spanish because I've been doing more of those in the last few months. And I say it here, never believe anything of what I'm saying, just like I'm totally right on that this is true, or that these are directives, or like dogma. I'm so not for dogma. I'm actually in the student mindset, which is an invitation to constantly hear, listen, observe, see, take notes, study, whatever your ways, but always filter, always discern what feels right to you, what makes sense to you. Is it a word? Is it a phrase? Is it an idea behind? Is it something I'm not saying, but the way everything is happening around you, I'm conveying an energy, I'm conveying something that makes you realize? Is it just the contrast? Maybe I'm saying something that it's totally against your own beliefs, your own ideas, but that contrast is making you realize something. So it's not to buy anything, it's not to believe anything. In my view, it's our part of our accountability and part of the journey to self-knowledge to truth, to finding what we feel fulfilling, the joy, the happiness, the success that you are looking for. It's actually come to you, and it's actually going to happen. You're going to feel it and you're going to see it with your own eyes the more you respect your truth in finding those signs, symbols, synchronicities, ideas, information, and put it in together like a salad, like you're mixing everything your own way, in your own timings, the way you like. That's going to be your truth, and that truth is it's the path. It's the road. It's the highway to your success, to your material success, to your joy, to your happiness, and for everything coming to you, mostly that you having to work hard to achieve it, or chasing any achievements or anything like that. Everything starts happening more and more for you. It's already happening for you, but we don't see it because we are looking for what information I'm gonna follow, which one is true, what strategy I'm gonna choose. Is this true? Is this not? And all these beliefs and traditions and culture that it's permeating everything we think about ourselves, about others, about the way of living, about our lifestyles, everything we are following. There is where we need to address and filter it a little bit more, discern a little bit more, where I'm just a follower of those ideas, where I'm just a follower of a tradition, of a concept, of a belief, or of a way of living. I'm just feeling like this is good because they told me this is good. It feels safe. It feels comfortable. It feels like, yeah, okay. But if you still want more, if you still want to feel the fulfilled lifestyle, and what that is that possible? Is not, then I will say start filtering a bit more, start discerning, and distrust. It's first and foremost about your own ways, your own feelings, your own thoughts, your own emotions, even if you are wrong, even if they feel like they contradictory way, because what we were being told that it is right, that is wrong. Even if that would be the case, that you're following the wrong path, I swear that you're gonna find something. Even if it's wrong, it's gonna serve you, as I said, for contrast, for healing, for practice of a virtue, for practice of what it is to believe in oneself, what it brings. And when you follow your truth, even if it would be a mistake, it's always gonna give you something back in a positive way. You're always gonna find something that it's a win-win. Oh, so we start noticing that making mistakes is actually very positive, because we are finding something that we were not having even in mind that we could look for. So we are not looking for it because that concept maybe doesn't even exist. Maybe that idea is gonna be so clear to you through that mistake, through that route, through that acknowledging of certain personal things in your life. So just keep going, keep going, keep trusting yourself first and foremost. I will say then the student mindset is not just about being open to learning, but it's about recovering your power to be your own teacher. The student, it's also its own teacher, because it's not just finding one teacher. The student knows everything is a teacher. Every situation is a teacher. Life is a teacher. Being by yourself, you have a lesson there. Being quiet, being observant, being with others in any environment, even dancing at the club or even at a party, anything, everything in life, it's already serving a purpose. And for the student, then it becomes that everything is a teacher, even those that could be saying things that don't feel too nice to you, or even those situations where it feels like chaos and crisis and that things are not going right. Those are teachers too. Then you start noticing how you are gonna start having a saying in the type of teachers that you're having. So if it feels rough in the beginning for the type of teachers around you, know that you can, as you go, start noticing how you have a saying in having more suitable teachers to your likings, to your preferences, and how you would like to be learning about uh, your surroundings, about yourself first and foremost, and how you're gonna then be strengthening your trust in yourself. I got this in a connection with my future self in a meditation. My future self told me trust in yourself like never before, and the intonation of the never before was so clear in the meditation, in the connection, that I knew that was something, and it felt like this is it. It's not just about trusting myself, it's about trusting myself like never before. It's been 3 years already of trusting myself like never before, in the little things, in the day-to-day things, in the big things, in the big challenges. And I swear it is a game changer. So trust yourself like never before, and remember the never before. I know you feel you trust yourself, but trust more. There's more. And when you realize how everything is there for you, and that then there's no hierarchies in who knows more, whose truth is better, whose strategy is better, whose view is better, your life is gonna change. Your life is gonna change. I hope this serves its purpose, from my heart to yours, and I will send you a big hug. See you in the next one.